Hi guys, welcome back to my Raw Power Yoga class with myself, Tracy and Marilee. We're here again, and we're excited to say that this is class number 10. Yes, we're excited to say that we're still here, we're still doing it. And we're enthusiastic, but that's not to say that we're not obviously concerned about what's happening with this coronavirus. And we are taking it very seriously. And that's why we're doing the yoga with you, for you, together, to bring you a sense of calm. Having said that, let us start tonight on our blocks. So if you don't have blocks, you can always roll up a little towel and slide it underneath the parts of your back that feel good for you. Marilee likes to bring it to her lumbar. And then, and remember, if you don't love that on the top of your neck, then don't do it, right? Find what feels good. Maybe you're working with one block. Maybe you're working with a few blocks. And again, this is very personal. It's very individual. So whatever is working for you, maybe your legs are straight out, maybe the soles of your feet are together and you're in butterfly pose. This is just a place where you can start to breathe. So the whole goal here is to completely melt into your blocks and allow your spine to just relax. So go ahead and close your eyes and relax through your face, relax through your shoulders. And we're going to start to find some inhales and exhales. So if you find that while you're here, if you do start in butterfly, which Marilee's in, if you start in butterfly and you feel like that's too much for your hips, then you can bring your thighs together. You can straighten your legs out and, you know, walk your feet out. So whatever's feeling more comfortable, where you can start to release your body weight into your blocks or into your little towel. And we're going to start our Ujjayi. So close in the mouth or breathe in. It kind of seems like the air travels through your nose, but it's really traveling through your glottis, through the back of the throat. So I don't want it to be full nose breathing, and there are a million videos out there that you can certainly look up on Ujjayi breathing with power yoga that will teach you how to get that oceanic sound to build the internal heat. That's what we're going for. I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time here in the practice doing that, and maybe I'll even do a little video myself, but for now, we're just trying to get that rhythm of your breath so that we can start to get a little bit warm. And I like to stay here for a good 1.5 to 2 minutes. Sometimes even 3 or 4 minutes is nice, where you can start to feel the openness even more, the more that you're here. And then we're slowly going to just reach your arms overhead, wherever you are. Extend your arms out and lengthen through your shoulders a little bit. Extend a little bit through your fingertips. And then cross your arms over, catching one hand to the opposite shoulder, giving yourself a hug. So go ahead and pull your elbows down and just pull on your shoulders. Yeah. And start to pull your shoulders away from your ears. So just a nice little feel-good pull. And then stretch the arms either out to the side or over your head with a big breath in. And as you exhale, we'll reverse that cross and we'll take it the other way. Catch the pull, drive it down. Nice. And then go ahead and remove the blocks out to the side. So just slide them out of the way. And we'll get long on your mat here, and we're just going to create a little space. So again, fingertips are reaching overhead, toes are extended out nice and long. And then we're going to reach the arms straight up so that your wrists are straight up over your shoulders. Yeah. And then we'll bring your legs up to the sky, and we're going to move through the wrists and the ankles. So just circular motion, one direction and then the other. Very nice. And then go ahead and hug your knees up into your chest. Find a little rock side to side. And we're going to rock and roll clockwise until we face the front of your mat. So go ahead and rock and roll yourself where we're massaging the back and taking a turn clockwise all the way around. Nice. And now we're facing the front of your mat. We're going to tap the heels here, lift up through the upper back for 5, And for 4, yeah, just get a little rhythm with it. For 3, so if your spine, for 2, if your vertebrae don't feel good in this, then you can totally skip it all together. And on this one, we'll cross the feet and we'll step back into a high plank position. And we're gonna settle in for a moment here. So we're gonna bring the wrist under the shoulders, we'll spread the fingers nice and wide, and we're gonna bring your middle fingers and your shoulders in line with each other. So I want you to think about really getting that space between your fingers so that you have a strong foundation. I want you to think about now turning your elbows to turn to the back wall so that your triceps turn on. And then I want you to think about bringing your chest away from the floor, by pushing down through your arm strength, through your palms. And we'll fill up the upper back a little bit here. And then once we get there, we're gonna tuck the pelvis. So go ahead and bring your belly button up a little bit towards your chest. So that just that slight little tuck here. And you can kind of see the difference. So when she doesn't have the pelvic tilt, we're here, almost like you're pouring your hips forward like a bucket. And then when you tuck it up, we find that neutral spine and we engage through the glutes. And then we're gonna squeeze through the thighs. We're pushing a little energy through the heels and we're working here. So strong exhale. So I want you to feel the work. So we've been here for a little bit. If you already feel like you need a break, you certainly can drop down into child's pose and then come back up into the plank position. If you feel stronger, you're gonna stay in the plank position and you're gonna keep working that energy. So keep working that feel. And then we're gonna lift your right foot a little bit off the floor, just a little bit. And we're gonna ask the abdominals to do a little work to keep those hips even. We're keeping that right hip in line with the left, even though we've taken it about 1 inch. It's just about 1 inch off the floor. And then we'll place that right foot down and we'll pick the left guy up just a tiny bit, And we're keeping the hips in line with each other. And then we'll place that left foot down. And then we're just gonna come right up into downward facing dog with the seat high and we'll let the head drop nice and low. So we're gonna bring your feet in line with your hips. And if it's available, you can walk your hands out a little bit longer and create that length where you let your forehead drop down towards the floor. So we're gonna open up right here in the shoulders. So we're kind of opening the armpits to the floor and we're exaggerating with the sit bones. So if you had 2 flashlights on your butt bones, you'll shine those guys up towards the top of the wall behind you or towards the ceiling, whichever one feels better for your back. And then we're gonna relax through your head and just close your eyes right now and let your focus be on that Ujjayi breathing. Eyes are closed. Neck is relaxed, so let's say no, real slow and easy. Bring the head back center. And then we're just gonna bring your right fingertips in between your shoulder blades, up behind your head, and we'll let your right elbow shine down towards the floor, and that's gonna challenge your core to do a little bit of work to keep the hips even. And we're just gonna breathe right here. So when you lift your right fingertips up, you'll shift your body weight a little bit, so that you can get it even a little bit over to the right side. And then let's lift the heels up and find a nice deep breath in. We'll squeeze through the calves. And as you exhale, relax them down. And again, on the inhale, we'll lift them up. And on the exhale, we'll find that lower. And one more time, we'll come up onto the tippy toes. And then relax the heels down. Let your right palm drop. And bring your left hand outside of your right leg. And just find a little twist here, just a little stretch. And walk as far back as you need to catch on. And once you catch on, if it feels better, you can keep sliding that left hand down and get a little bit of a deeper stretch if you wanted to do that. So if you started up here by the knee and then maybe you're working your way down towards the ankle. And we're just pulling. On the exhales, the torso takes the turn. And then we'll open up into our high plank. So let's get long and strong again, where we're engaged through the triceps, we're turning back through the elbows, we're squeezing through the glutes, we're tucking up through the pelvis. So feel that tuck. And then while we're here, we're gonna lift the right foot just a tiny bit. And it's real subtle. And what I'd like you not to do is look all around. So if you're not sure what you're doing, come to your knees and take a peek and then come back into it. We'll drop that right foot and then the left foot just a tiny bit. We're staying engaged. We're still pushing the chest away from the floor. And we'll bring that left foot down to the floor. And then we'll come right up into that downward facing dog. So now maybe your dog gets a little bit longer because we're starting to create a little heat. We're starting to get a little warm. So if it feels good, you can really get long in that inverted V. And I also want you to keep in mind that you're going to get as long as it takes for you to have your heels naturally lifted. Your heels are naturally lifted off the floor. So we're not up on the tippy toes at all. We're creating the length here. So through the Achilles, through the calf, we're creating the length in the arches of the feet. It's just a nice natural lift. So just walk yourself out that long. Beautiful. Then we're going to bring your left fingertips up behind your head, in between your shoulder blades. So walk yourself to where you need to get stable on it. Yeah, and we're going to turn that left elbow down. And then we're going to feel our way through bringing your hips in line with each other. You can feel it. And then we'll lift the heels up nice and high. Breathe it in. And as you exhale, relax it down. And then inhale, take it up. And exhale, we'll find the lower. And we'll take it nice and high, tippy toes. And relax it. One more time. Let's find the lift, the squeeze. And relax it down for 5, 4, 3, 2. We'll drop that left palm. We'll bring the right hand outside of your left leg. Yeah, so catch on where it feels good. Shift your body weight a little bit to the opposite side. So find the shift where we even out the hips, even out the heels. And then on the exhales, we're bending that right elbow and we're using that right arm strength to find a nice flat back behind you. And then we'll walk your fingertips all the way out to the front of your mat. Yeah, so we're gonna walk your feet up to your wrists. So we're gonna take one little baby step, trying not to bend the knees too much because we're going for the stretch in the back of the legs. You can bend your knees a lot if you need to. It could be big, big bends if that feels better. We're gonna land at the front. Yeah, with your feet wider than your hips now. So go ahead and heel toe your feet wider than your hips. Nice. And we'll go ahead and bring your elbow to hand and fold forward in your ragdoll. So we're just hanging out here, nice and loose. And the hang is just lengthening through your back. So if it feels good, you can start to sway side to side. You can start to move. If you like to just get real still, you can stay there and close your eyes and hang out that way. But what I want you to think about is letting your body weight drop forward, letting yourself fold forward. So I want you to get closer and closer to allowing yourself to fold in, now that we're getting nice and warm, and you can push back through your seat, to fold yourself in and let go. So if your eyes are open, you're looking to the back wall, otherwise your eyes are closed. But I want you to let the top of your head drop into the floor. And let's say an easy no. We'll turn the head slowly side to side. We'll bring the head back center. We're going to reach the arms out to the side wall. Reach them up towards the sky. So maybe you're going to stay right here. So maybe that is where your shoulders feel the stretch. Maybe you'll interlace your fingers together and extend your arms out further towards the wall in front of you if that feels good, if that feels like it's possible for you. And then we'll take the arms over to the right side and peel back through the left shoulder. And we'll take them over to the left and open through the right shoulder. And then if it feels good, you're going to go side to side with those arms. Very nice. Yeah, and you can move the head with it. Again, whatever's working for you. And then we'll let the arms relax down. And one vertebrae at a time. So it's going to be about 8 seconds. We're rounding up through the spine. Round it up. 6, yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2. We'll shrug the shoulders up. Breathe in. As you exhale, roll them back behind you. One more time, shrug it up. And roll it back. Reach the arms up to the sky. And then bring the palms together. So the palms are pressed together. We're lifting up out of the rib cage. Our feet are going to be wider than our hips. And we're going to breathe in. And as you exhale, let's go to the right side. Just Lengthen over, yeah, create the space and the length through that left side. Come back center, get really tall, breathe in. And as you exhale, let's go to the left side. Nice. And then we'll come back center and bring the heels under the hips. So just heel toe the feet in, bring the palms to the heart center. And let's stretch out wide to the side walls, breathe in high. And on the exhale, we'll fold forward. Feet are together, so bring those guys all the way in. Halfway lift, we're gonna breathe in here, and then step back into your high plank. And we're gonna go real slow, so we're gonna take about 8 seconds to lower down into your chaturanga. So remember, the feet walk forward, right? We start to, yeah, the head goes a little bit, 6, 5, through the front wall, 4, 3. We're bringing the shoulders and elbows in a nice line with each other. We're staying engaged through the belly. And then we're gonna bring the knees to the floor first. We're gonna lower the belly and the pelvis, relax through the toes, slide the palms back. And we're gonna keep the chin neutral, and we're just gonna find a little cobra. So go ahead and lift up just enough to feel the length from your rib cage to your pelvis. We're just lifting up just enough there, and then we'll lower the chest down. So everybody's lift is gonna be different, and then we'll peel it up, pull the shoulder blades together, engage through the glutes, and then we'll lower the chest. One more cobra here. Squeeze the shoulder blades back, and we'll lower it down. And then we're gonna slide the palms back as far as they feel they can go, and we're gonna come up into a modified up dog. So now we'll straighten the arms up. And we're gonna bring the shoulder blades back towards each other. So we're gonna open through the front of the deltoids. We're gonna open up through the pecs here. Yeah, for 5, 4. We're staying engaged through the lower body. Knees are still in the floor, but we're keeping the lower body on. We're keeping the glutes on, protecting the spine. For 3, for 2. Press from the knees onto the balls of the feet. We're in downward facing dog. And we'll stretch the right leg up to the sky. And then we'll walk your hands back to your toes on the left. And right here, we're just gonna turn your fingertips to face the wall behind you. So go ahead and, yeah, turn your fingertips back, and then lift your chest and breathe in. So you're gonna keep your fingertips in the floor, just lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, we're gonna fold using the floor as your leverage. So you'll walk your fingertips back as far as they wanna go to help you find the deeper stretch here. So we're just working the floor right now. We're staying relaxed through the neck. And then we're gonna walk into your longest dog. So we'll walk your hands all the way out. And then we're gonna flex your right toes in and bend your right knee and roll open through your right hip. Take the heel and push it strong to the left side wall. We're breathing into that right hip flexor. So we're opening up through that right hip right now. And then we'll sweep your right foot through your hands, and we're gonna land and stay in that lunge position. So let's slide that left foot back, and we'll keep that right knee stacked. And we're just gonna breathe into the lunge just for a few breaths. So the left hip is shining down towards the floor, and we're gonna stay real still here. So don't rock we're not going into any ballistic stretches. We're just, once we slide it back, we're just gonna breathe into it and hold it. And then we'll walk the upper body to the left side. So go ahead and just walk yourself over your torso, just as far over to the left as your hands want to go. We're pushing the chest away from the floor. And if it's available, you're still sliding that left foot back. So you're just kind of separating your feet. You're taking up more real estate on your mat if it feels good to go deeper into that stretch. Then we'll bring the left wrist under the shoulder, and the right arm will find the sky. We're gonna find a nice deep breath in as you exhale. We'll reach that right arm over your head. Let your right bicep hover over your right cheek. And then remember, you can look wherever you want to. So if you feel better looking down, then certainly go ahead and turn yourself down. We're keeping that reach. So if I had your right wrist, I'm gonna pull you over. And then we'll come back center. Two hands are inside of your right foot. And we'll straighten that right leg and we'll pivot into a wide straddle. So we're gonna turn the big toes in a little bit towards each other, and we're just gonna walk the upper body out into a nice down dog. So let your head drop and relax through your neck and find the feel-good depth of your Ujjayi breathing. What feels good, where you're not forcing the inhales or the exhales. And then bring your right wrist under your shoulder. Stretch your left arm open to the sky. And again, we're staying in tune with what's happening inside of your neck for you. And then go ahead and drop that left hand and pivot back into that runner's lunge. And then step your left foot up to meet your right. So the feet come together, we'll find a lift halfway. Let's breathe in. And as you exhale, we'll fold in and give yourself a nice hug. Fold in really strong. And then on the inhale, let's stretch out wide and come on up to the sky. Lift in the thighs. On the exhale, forward fold. We'll come down nice and low. Halfway lift, we're gonna breathe in here and then step back into your high plank or a light jump. Now we're gonna lower down into our chaturanga where we're moving forward. Beautiful. And then we'll find our upward facing dog. So if you feel like you're ready to lift your knees and your thighs off the floor, great, you can do that. And if you don't, you're modifying the way we did it the first time, downward facing dog. And you can modify throughout the whole class. You can drop your knees anytime. And we'll stretch your left leg up to the sky and we're gonna walk back to your toes. On the right, we're gonna turn your fingertips to face the wall behind you. And then just elongate. So keep your fingertips in the floor. You're only getting as tall as you can lift. So we're not trying to challenge the balance here. We're just lengthening the spine to where you can stay on your fingertips and breathe in. And then as you exhale, start to walk the fingertips back. Yeah, and then use the leverage, bend the elbows, work the floor. So this is where we're working. And remember, we're only working ourselves to fold in as much as where you're working with pretty much a straight leg with a very slight bend in that knee. So give yourself the opportunity to work into the stretch rather than bringing your knee into your chest, because then you're always gonna be short on getting that stretch. I'd rather you just keep working that until you finally find that length there. And while we're here, we're constantly looking, sending out a little search party. We're looking for the opportunity to maybe walk those fingertips back just a teeny tiny bit more. Maybe that's happening. And the neck is relaxed, the head is heavy, the gaze is way, way back. We're gripping with the toes for 3, for 2. We're gonna take a long walk. So we're gonna come into your down dog with a high left leg, flex your left toes, bend your left knee. Let's roll open through that left hip. So we're here, opening up through the psoas. We're engaged, yeah, we're curling it in. For 3, for 2, look up and sweep that left foot through, slide your right foot back. We're gonna stay in the lunge right here, and we're just gonna breathe it. So now's a nice opportunity. And again, if you needed to take a break, you could drop your right knee to the floor if you wanted to rest in it a little bit. But if you feel like you can stay in the lunge, we're just gonna get real still and think about allowing yourself to feel, to create, to breathe. And then go ahead and walk your torso to the right. So upper body's coming to the right, lower body's staying right where we were. So we're keeping the toes forward. We're pushing the chest away from the floor without lifting that left seat. So see if you can keep that left glute down in line with your knee, and see if you can make sure that your left knee doesn't come away from your left ankle. So keep that joint stack if that's possible. And then we'll bring your right wrist where it feels good under your shoulder. Left arm's gonna find the sky. We'll reach up and breathe in. And as you exhale, we'll extend it over and create the length. And I'm just gonna take your wrist and give you a little pull through that whole left side of the ribs. And that should feel so good, just lengthening. If it doesn't, find out what you need to do to make it feel good. Again, dropping the right knee, maybe not stretching so far over. If that doesn't feel good for you, maybe turning your neck in a certain way. And then we'll drop that left hand and we'll straighten that left leg. And we're gonna come into a nice wide straddle here. Big toes are in just a little bit. We're gonna walk into your dog. So go ahead and walk yourself out long. Let your head drop low. And we're finding the opportunity to push back. Yeah, to push back. So we're gonna keep your hips in line with your knees and your ankles and just let your head drop down. Yeah, where we can open up a little more through the hamstrings. And then go ahead and bring that left wrist under your shoulder and reach your right arm open to the sky. We're just gonna roll it open. And here's an opportunity to maybe close your eyes if you like, or look down and just breathe into that whole right side. We're pushing energy through that left palm away from the floor. We're still pushing back through the seat inside of your hamstrings. For 2, we'll drop that right hand down. We're gonna pivot back into that lunge. And we'll step your right foot up to meet your left. So the feet come together. Let's find a lift halfway. We'll breathe it in. And as you exhale, forward fold. Let's dive in. On the inhale, touch the sky. We're coming up tall. Breathe in high. And then bring the hands to the heart center. And we're gonna flow into sun salutation B. Bend the knees, find the seat. Breathe it in. We're in chair pose. On the exhale, fold forward, dive in. Halfway lift, we'll inhale here, step or float back to your high plank. And then chaturanga, we're gonna lower down and take a little pause. And up dog, we'll breathe in, bringing the shoulder blades together. We'll come back to the chaturanga. You can skip that if it feels like it's too much of a challenge. Downward facing dog, we'll bring the seat high. Bend the knees and step or float your feet up to the front of your mat. Find the lift halfway, we're breathing in. As you exhale, forward fold, chair pose as you inhale. Let's come on up and shift those knees back. So remember, you wanna load up your legs. Don't let the body weight come forward through the kneecaps. Forward fold, we're gonna dive in tight. So maybe we get a little closer on every one. Remember, forward fold is really all about finding and feeling something. And then we'll step or float back to your high plank. And chaturanga, we're gonna lower down nice and slow. Up dog on the breath in. Chaturanga, we're gonna come back into it. Downward facing dog with a high right leg. Right foot lunges, left foot turns. We're coming up into warrior 1. So stretch out to the side. So remember, you wanna really take that out. So take advantage of exaggerating through the stretch so you can feel on each one. Every single one counts. We'll take the right hand and grab the left wrist. Breathe in. As you exhale, we'll reach to the right side. And then we'll come back center into warrior 2. Right arm comes forward and the left arm comes back. And then we're gonna lift the arms up and pull the shoulder blades together. We're gonna peel back through that left quad. We'll dip down through the right seat. Right palm's gonna flip to the sky. Breathe it in. As you exhale, reverse the warrior. We'll stay light on the left and we'll reach up out of the right. For 5, 4, 3. Bring your right forearm to the top of your right thigh, the center of your right thigh. Reach your left arm overhead. Peel back through the left rib cage. And then we'll come back to warrior 2. Breathe in. As you exhale, cartwheel flow through to your high plank. And chaturanga, let's lower down nice and easy. Up dog, we're gonna breathe in. Chaturanga. And downward facing dog, we'll find the exhale. Left leg gets high. Left foot lunges through your hands. Right foot turns sideways. Arms touch the side walls. We're coming up strong. Very nice. We're dipping down through that left seat. We're squeezing through that right quad. Let your left hand catch your right wrist. Breathe in as you exhale, just as far to the left as it feels good. So we're not forcing, we're not jamming on the vertebrae. We'll come back center into warrior 2. Left arm's gonna reach. Yeah, we'll draw the breastbone up towards the sky. We'll peel back through that right quad. So we're opening the pelvis to the sidewall. Left palm flips, we're breathing in. And as you exhale, go ahead and reverse that warrior. Yeah, lift up out of it. For 3, we're bringing energy to the edge of that foot. So I want you to straighten that back leg. And then that left forearm comes on top of the left thigh. And we'll reach that right arm overhead. Very nice. And then go ahead and come back into your warrior 2. Cartwheel flow through to your high plank. Excellent. So let's come down onto the forearms, one forearm at a time. We're gonna tuck up a little bit here. Yeah, so turn this on. Don't let that lower body start to get saggy or hang down or put pressure on your back. And then we're gonna walk the feet together so that the ankles touch each other. Very nice. And then we're gonna take a little walk back a few inches, 1 foot at a time, and we're gonna start to find an angle from your shoulders to your elbows, and then we're gonna tuck up. So we're gonna go as far back as you can go, where you find a little quiver, where you know that you're feeling like you're doing extra work inside the core. So once you start that little shake, you know that you're doing the work. If you're just kind of hanging out there, see if you can go back another inch or two. So give yourself the gift of a challenge. You're here anyways. You're doing it anyways, right? So why wouldn't you give yourself the biggest challenge that you can? We're gonna take one little step at a time and walk that up so that your shoulders now stack on top of your elbows once again. And then we'll separate your feet as wide as your hips. And we're gonna find a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale on a 4 count, left hip's gonna come to the left side of your mat for 4, 3, 2. We're gonna take a little touch down, and then we're gonna bring it back for 4, 3, 2, and take a pause. And then we're gonna breathe in, and as you exhale, we're going to the left for 4, 3, 2. It's a little touch, and then we're gonna come back for 4, 3, 2. Very nice. Let's breathe in. As you exhale, we're going right for 4, 3, 2. It's a little touch. We're coming back for 4, 3, 2. And then breathe in. As you exhale, let's go right for 4, 3, 2. It's a little touch. We're coming back for 4, 3, 2. Let's bring the feet together and find that walk. Maybe you're gonna find an extra ½ an inch. We're tucking up through the pelvis. We're squeezing through the thighs. Yeah, let's make it burn right here for 10. Strong exhales out of the mouth on this one. So we come out of Ujjayi, and when you exhale out, contract your abdominals. So on those exhales, yeah, you can see that Marilee's contracting through the rectus abdominis, making it work more. 5, 4, 3, it's a little slow walk up. Yeah, we'll separate the feet as wide as your hips, 1 palm at a time. We're coming up into your high chaturanga. We're gonna lower down. 4 little push-ups here. For 4, you can just hold it. 3, if that's too much, just hold it. For 2, let's find 1 more. Upward facing dog. We'll breathe it in. Pull the scaps together. Downward facing dog. We'll find that exhale. Let it go. Excellent. And then let's come down onto the knees, and we'll pull your mat back 1 or 2 times. We're gonna come into camel pose. So bring your knees, a nice extra cushion under your knees. Knees are as wide as your hips. We're gonna come up onto the toes. We'll tuck up a little bit. Again, find that neutral spine. And then we're gonna bring your palms to your low back. So whether you want your fingertips down or facing up is up to you. We're gonna pull the shoulder blades together. So just for a moment, we're just gonna press the hips forward. So all I want you to think about right now is this is your opportunity to modify the pose. We're pulling up through the glutes and we're driving through the pelvis, and maybe you'll stay right here. If it feels good, you can move into your back bend. So maybe you have already moved into your back bend. If it feels good, you can catch one heel and then the other, and then let your head drop back or keep your chin tucked in and open through your shoulders. We're still pushing through the pelvis. So remember, you don't have to come in to the full pose. You can stay upright like this. So Marilee, you go into your full pose, however it feels good for you. I want to remind you, we're not coming out of it, but when I come up, I'm using my abdominals to bring myself up into the pose. So we're just breathing here for 5, 4, 3, for 2. We're going to use the abdominals to come up slow. And then we're going to open up into your down dog. We'll keep the mat right where it is. So just neutralize the spine, find your downward facing dog. Exaggerate through your seat a little bit. Let your head drop down low. And let's take a second round of that. So in your second round of camel, you can flow right back into your back bend. And again, if you don't like camel, maybe you're gonna do bridge or wheel. So maybe you like to lie flat and come into bridge or wheel. If you know those poses, you can move into those. If you're taking a second round of camel, maybe you're gonna come into it deeper, maybe you're gonna back off. Every day is different for our spine. So every time you come into it, it's a different sensation. Find out what is working for you tonight. And remember, if you've lost your breath, you've gone too far. I want you to make sure that your neck feels comfortable. So you can either let it all the way go or tuck it in. But wherever you are, make sure you're not straining in your neck. See if you can close your eyes and just find those deep, full breaths. So we're here for another 15 seconds. Breathing into your camel. Keeping in mind as the seconds go by, if you need to make any changes in your camel, if you want to go into the modified version, you can certainly move into that. We're here for 5, 4, 3. Abdominals are on. We're going to come up slow and easy. Open up your mat on this one and come on into your down dog. And just let dog feel good for a breath or 3. And then we'll stretch the right leg up to the sky. Right foot lunges. We're going to stay on the ball of the left foot and come on up into your crescent lunge. So come on up nice and slow. And then we'll press the hands to the heart center. We're going to breathe in. And as you exhale, edge of the left elbow is going to work the outside edge of your knee. So we're going to get into the opportunity to really feel the twist by using the leverage of just those 2 inches by the end of your elbow. And then if you want to work your balance challenge, look anywhere other than your right baby toe. If you need a little help with your balance, you're going to look down at your right baby toe. We're going to step your left foot up to meet your right. We'll bring the feet together. Yeah, keep the twist. And then slowly bring your left heel up towards the sky. Keep the twist. Left heel's going to come up. Bottom of the foot's going to go towards the ceiling. Nice. We're keeping that press through the palms. It's a little push up through your left heel for 4. And if you need a little help, 3, you can open the arms up. For 2, you can bring your right hand to your low back and your left fingertips to the floor on your block. And then we're going to take a pause and we're going to step back into that twist and come up into your crescent lunge. Yeah, we'll reach up nice and high. Very nice. And then we're going to find 8 little lunges. So we're going to bring that left knee close to the floor. We're down and up for 8, 7, 6. We're pushing through that whole front foot. 5. We're squeezing through that back glute. 4, 3, 2. Take a pause right here. Bring the hands to the heart center. Breathe in round 2. As you exhale, find the twist. Let's stay here. Keep working the opportunity to, bring your right rib cage on top of your left rib cage or your right lung on top of your left lung. Very nice. We're going to step your back foot up to meet your front. So the feet will come together. We'll even out the kneecaps, working the twist. We're going to find that balance on the right leg and we'll bring that bottom of your left foot up towards the sky with your heel curled in. So it's a hamstring curl. And then we're going to push the roof off for 4, 3, 2. Yeah, work the squeeze. Hold it there. And then we'll step that left foot back. Come on up into your crescent lunge. Very nice. Find the reach. So we're going to shift the body weight back in. We're back leg loaded, back into that left leg. And let's find the lunges for 8, 7, 6. If you need a break, 5, you can slide your hands to your hips. 4, that's one way to just give yourself a little break. 3, for 2, or you could drop your left knee to the floor and not do the lunges. Take the pause. Bring the hands to the heart center. Round 3, breathe in. As you exhale, edge of the left elbow. Marilee's so happy that there's round 3 here. We're working, we're torching it, right? So we're working that right rib cage. Remember, if you need a break, that left knee's on the floor, you can work right here. If you don't, step your left foot up to meet your right. Feet come together. Kneecaps get even. Drop the squat first. Now get yourself stable. And if you're modifying, you certainly can. If you're going to modify, you can bring that hand down and reach that other hand behind your back. So I'm just going to show the modification. Marilee's going to go into the full pose. So we'll sweep that leg up. So go ahead and bring it up behind you. We're driving the heel towards the sky. And then from here, we're going to push that glute up for 4. Work the squeeze in it for 3. For 2. Excellent. Hold it up on 1. Step that foot back. We're up into a crescent lunge. That was fantastic. Let's find the lunges. Here we go. For 8, we're loaded in the back leg. 7, 6, we're reaching. 5, we're working shoulder mobility. 4, we're staying energized through the fingertips. 3, for 2, excellent. Take the pause. We're gonna bring just your torso on an angle forward. Find the lean. Let's stay here. And then we're gonna push off the ball of that back foot into warrior 3. So here is where we're gonna smoke it and do a lot of work. We're in warrior 3, turning that left hip down. We're gonna bring your left middle finger to the back wall, so reach your left arm back. We're gonna keep your right arm forward. Let's work a swim here. Challenge the balance for 8, awesome. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, phenomenal. 2, one more, chair pose, drop the seat. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna stand tall, so stand up with the fingertips high, and we're gonna stretch that standing leg glute that we just worked forever. We're gonna bring that right ankle onto your left, lower part of your left leg in a figure 4. We'll drop down into that right glute. Yeah, and let that just feel good here. And then bring your hands to your heart center. So you can stay here, find your drishti, you can stay right here. This is beautiful, and you can keep just dropping in the seat. If you wanna reverse the twist, you'll find a deep breath in, and as you exhale, you'll bring the edge of your right elbow into your right heel or the crook of your right, or the arch of your right foot. And if that doesn't work, you can grab the arch of your foot with your right hand and stretch your left arm up to the sky and keep working. Nice, Mara. Keep working through that seat. So keep smoking the seat down. Let's breathe in it for 5. Let it feel good for 4, for 3. So what I want you to do is keep that figure 4, bring your hands on your hips, square your chest out in front of you, and then bring your lower body into eagle. So let your right leg come up over your left, yeah, and then get your hips like headlights. So hold on to your hips and turn them forward, yep, so you can feel your hips get like headlights. Nice, beautiful. And then you're gonna lift your chest, so shoulders stack on top of your hips. We're just gonna bring the forearms together. So forearm to forearm, yep. We're gonna bring the forearms together. We're gonna engage through the belly. So that's it. You can bring the toes out to help you stabilize there. And we're just gonna work through the upper body. So just the upper body's gonna find a little lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, upper body only finds chair pose. Yeah, lower body completes it. Forward fold, let's dive in, nice and tight. Halfway lift, we'll breathe in here, step or jump back to your high plank. Right wrist is under the shoulder. Left foot stacks on top of the right, or you can stagger the feet if you're gonna modify. So you can bring your top foot in front of the bottom. We're gonna lift up through that right hip. So Marilee's showing you the modification if you needed it. Thank you for that. We're gonna reach up through the fingertips. And then we're gonna find a 4 count, lifting your top leg up. On a 4 count for 4, flex the toes in, 3, 2. Let's hold it up nice and high. And then we're gonna lower it down for 4, 3, 2. The feet meet. We're gonna lower that right hip just a little bit, and then we're gonna pick it up. For 4, yeah, just a few inches. For 3, don't push your butt back. For 2, nice. And for 1, reach your left arm overhead, extend and lengthen through that left rib cage, create the space, get long, get strong. 5, yeah, keep lifting it. 4, 3, 2, we're in a high plank. Chaturanga, we're down nice and low. Up dog, we'll fill the lungs up, pull the shoulder blades together. Chaturanga. It's a 4 count to come back up to your high. For 4, I have a rope on you. 3, I'm bringing you up towards the ceiling. For 2, we're in a high plank position. Left wrist is under the shoulder. Right foot stacks or staggers. We're squaring the hips like headlights. Yes, that's gorgeous. Toes are flexed. We're squeezing the thighs. It's a 4 count. Let's take that leg up. For 4, it gets a little higher. For 3, it gets a little higher. For 2, let's hold it up on this one. We're gonna control it down. For 4, you're in control. 3, For 2, we'll let the feet meet here, and then we'll lower just a little bit and pick it up. And then we'll lower and hold it up. Take it down a little bit and find that lift. Take it down a little bit. Let's lift it up. Reach that right arm overhead. Let's breathe it here. Where can you let go? Where can you get stronger? 5. Yeah, so you can get stronger by squaring, by lifting. 4, by squeezing. You can let go by relaxing through the neck, through the eyes, through the teeth. For 3, through the jaw. For 2, we're in a high plank. Child's pose. What a concept. Nice. Let's relax. Child's pose for the first time in our practice tonight. Let it feel so good. Relax it down. Let it go. What feels good for you? Arms are wherever you want them to be. Head is wherever you want it to be. We're just letting the nervous system come into an opportunity of chillness. And then while we're here, while the lower body's staying in your child's pose, just thread your right arm under your left. Just thread your right arm over. Yeah, reach your left fingertips where you want to. Peel back a little bit through your left ribs, just a little bit. So remember, you can go as far as you want. It doesn't have to be exaggerated. I'd rather you be sitting your seat back. Yeah, sitting your seat back and opening up through those hips than going into the ribs and the torso, because we're doing a lot of torso twists as it is. And let your head relax. Let the weight of your right ear drop into the floor. And then go ahead and switch sides. So we'll thread the left arm and we'll reach somewhere through the right side. We'll chill out a little bit. Beautiful. Marylee's checking out my Michael Jackson tan. Just gonna call it out right now because I know everyone at home is noticing, yes, this is a fake tan. And it just got a little crazy on the right side. Okay, so now let's go ahead and press ourselves into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees until they're almost in the floor and load up your back legs. So when you shift your weight into your thighs, don't bounce it, just shift your weight back there. Yeah, keep the arms open. And then I want you to lift your knees up about 2 inches and lower down 2 inches. Yeah, and then lift it up 2 and lower down 2. And then take it up and find the low. We're loaded in the legs. Find the lift and the low. We're working it. Yeah, find the lift and the low. So not a lot of body weight up through here. Find the lift and the low. Take the lift up and the low. We're running it up through the quads. Find the lift and the low. You should be feeling it now. Take the lift and the low. We have 12 more. For 12 and the low. 11. That's it. If you need a break, drop the knees. 10. If you feel stronger, stay in it. 9. This one's no joke, right? 8. Can you feel it, Mare?
Yep.
7. We're staying loaded. 6 and 5. We got 4 more. Slow it down. 4. She wants to end it quickly. 3. I would too. For 2. 1 more. Keep that low. Look up. Jump yourself up. Feet come together. Yeah. Find that lift halfway. We're breathing in. And as you exhale, there's a forward fold. And as you inhale, chair pose. Come on up. A seated squat. Beautiful. And then fold it forward. Halfway lift. We'll breathe in here. Step or jump back to your high plank. We're in a high plank position. We're going to lift your right foot a tiny bit off the floor. And then I want you to take a deep breath in, and as you exhale on a 4 count, right knee's coming up to the right tricep. For 4, you control it. 3, for 2, I want you to try to touch it. If you touch it, don't lean. It's just a light little touch. We're still there doing the work. It's a 4 count back. For 4, yes. 3, 2, and drop the foot. Don't let the hips sag. We're driving the chest away from the floor. Left foot lifts just a little bit. If you're modifying, you'll drop the right knee. Let's breathe in. As you exhale, it's a 4 count. For 4, we're driving it up. For 3, we're trying to touch it. For 2, if you can tap on, try to get it a little higher. There's more work. Yeah, hold it right there. Let's take it back. For 4, for 3, real strong. 2, we're going to drop that foot. Square the hips. If you need a break, you know what to do. Find child's pose. 150 times if you need it. We're gonna lift that right foot up just a little bit. Let's breathe in. As you exhale, right knee to the left tricep. For 4, we're gonna turn them, rotate the hips. For 3, we're gonna drive it up. For 2, we're gonna try and touch it. If you can touch on, try and work it higher. 5, 4, 3, we're gonna take it back. For 4, for 3, for 2, we're in control. Drop that foot, very nice. That was a nice balance there. Then we're gonna lift that left foot up just a tiny bit. It's a full breath in. As you exhale, we're crossing it. For 4, she's rotating those hips. 3, very nicely. For 2, we're gonna drive it up. Try to touch it if you can, crunch it up there. Let's take it back. For 4, yes. For 3, excellent. For 2, we're gonna drop that foot. Tuck up through the pelvis. Find a breath in as you exhale. Right knee to the nose, tuck it in. 4, drive it up. 3, now lift the hips up, round it up. 2, really try and get the nose to touch the knee. Try and get it in. It's a 4 count back into the plank. For 4, push the heel back. 3, 2, drop the foot. Left foot lifts just a little bit. Straight leg, breathe in as you exhale. Let's tuck it up. For 4, round it. 3, drive it. 2, take it in as tight as you can. Try to touch it. Let's push it back. For 4, awesome. 3, for 2, drop that foot, child's pose. Take a break. Beautiful. Nice work. We're coming into crow before we hit that other side. So crow pose, we'll find your down dog first. So I like to start crow in downward facing dog, just so you know that you could come back here at any time. And then take little baby steps and walk your feet up. Yeah, keep walking your feet up to your wrists until your feet come to your wrists. And your feet are together. And then from here, lift your heels up and let the knees splay out to the side. And then let your palms come flat. And then find a lean in. If this is your first time coming into crow, you can slowly just lift one foot. You're a baby crow, that's great. You're pushing yourself away from the floor. Marilee's coming into a full crow. Her big toes are together. Lift your feet up, Mare. Yeah, take your feet up high, that's right. Keep lifting your feet up. It's never a good time to fall on your face. So make sure that you're feeling strong. Yeah, use your abdominals. Use your shoulders. 5, 4, 3, for 2, let your feet come back down. Yeah, and then bring your heels in and turn your toes out. And we'll just widen your stance. So separate your feet away from each other and just bring your elbows on the insides of your knees and let your chest lift up nice and tall. So if your heels are off the floor, see if you can walk wider and see if they'll hit the floor. If they don't, that's fine too. So we're just trying to work a nice adductor stretch here. And then what I like to do is I like to take one fist. I'll take the one that's horribly tanned and hide it with the other hand. I like to take the fists together and then I start to lift up through my upper back nice and tall. And if it feels good, here's one where you can rock side to side and go inside the hips nice and slow. And then we'll come center and we're gonna bring your right fingertips out in front of you and then just use the inside of your right elbow to twist and turn to the left. So your left hand is on your left leg and you're just gonna turn the torso and then switch sides. Drop the left palm, press it away. And it's just nice to go side to side with this one. Again, working at your own pace. Ooh, cracking, moving, feeling it. Beautiful. And then from here, we'll straighten the legs and we'll heel toe the feet in and we'll walk yourself up to the front of your mat. So go ahead and get your toes up on edge so that you can come up into your chair pose. So just walk your feet up to your wrists. Yeah. Drop your seat, chair pose. Very nice. So where are those knees, right? Yeah, bring that body weight back. Beautiful. Upper back's gonna get tall. And then reach the arms out into the letter V, a big V. So just reach the arms, yeah. That's really nice. So we're just breathing right here, working the upper body, working the core. Looks good. We're still inside the lower body quite a bit, 5, 4. So see if you can now just close your eyes. So close your eyes and bring your chin center neutral, or let your chin drop down even a little bit. Yeah, and just keep reaching through the arms. So here's where, if you're tired, let your arms drop alongside of you, or bring your hands onto your hips if you feel like you can't hang on to it. But if you think you can hang on to it, this is a nice little endurance and extra little love for the lower body here. If you need to stand up and shake your legs out at any time, that's a beautiful thing too. So you can stand up, shake your quads out a little bit, and then come back into it when you feel like you can take a little more heat. Yeah, we got another 15 seconds, Mare. I know, I'm so sorry. But I mean, I feel comfortable over here just watching. Everything looks so strong. We got 4 seconds, 3, 2. Let's fold forward. Fold in. Halfway lift, we're gonna breathe in here. So we're bringing up the heat. Step or float back to your high plank, chaturanga. We're gonna come down nice and easy. And here's a nice time to bring your right knee out to your right side wall. Yeah, just turn it open. And then let's sweep the right knee over to the left side. So go ahead and sweep it over, nice. And then take the step back. We're in the chaturanga. We'll turn the left knee out to the left side. Sweep it over to the right side, yes. And we'll step that left foot back. And then the right knee turns out. Yeah, drive it up and sweep it to the left side. Rotate the hips, yeah, and step it back. And then the left guy turns out. Let's slow it down. Yeah, nice, and step it back. Up dog, we're gonna breathe in. Downward facing dog, we'll find the exhale. Left leg gets high. Let's come on up into your crescent lunge. So here we are. Yeah, on the other side, that's beautiful. Crescent lunge, we're breathing into it. Palms come to the heart center. Let's inhale as you exhale, edge of the right elbow. We're smoking it to the outside edge of your left knee. We're working through the twist. We're pressing through the palms. So I want you to feel the triceps are doing some work here. And again, if you need to have a little help with your balance, you'll look at your left baby toe. But if you don't, look anywhere other than that and challenge your balance. Step that right foot up to meet your left. Work the twist a little bit stronger. So get your balance in that left foot and then bring the bottom of that right foot up towards the ceiling as if you want to push the roof off. Imagine that you want to push through the roof. Yeah, for 4, you got it. That's it. For 3, excellent. For 2, we're squeezing it up. We're gonna hold it up here, 5, 4, keeping the twist, 3, 2. Step it back. Yeah, come on up into that crescent lunge. Load up that back leg. Gorgeous. And now let's find 8 little push-ups. For 8 little lunges. 7, 6, 5, 4. Mary, you're killing it. 3, 2, it's fantastic. And 1, take the pause right here. Palms come to the heart center. Round 2, breathe in as you exhale. Just work the twist. The power of the twist. Breathe into it. If you need a break, right knee comes to the floor at any time. Child's pose at any time. If you don't, if you're feeling stronger, step that guy up. Right foot meets the left. Even out the kneecaps because the right guy comes in front of the left. Even though we're doing single leg, I still want you to get it even, so we even out the hips, right? Form is everything. And then slowly, we're gonna bring that right bottom of your foot towards the ceiling. Take a moment to pause. Let's push the roof up here. For 4, drive it. 3, feel it. 2, own it. Last 1, hold it up there. Find that step back, square off. We're in crescent lunge. Body weight shifts into that back leg. Here we go. For 8, 7, we're working it. 6, it looks amazing. 5, 4, phenomenal. 3, 2, take the pause. Beautiful. Round 3, hands to the heart center. Let's breathe in as you exhale. We're working that twist. So own the twist first. Stay back leg loaded. Don't lay down into that left leg. For 5, energy through the back heel. 4, 3, step that right foot up to meet the left. Kneecaps come in line with each other. So let's take a moment to find your seated squat, work in your twist, find the balance throughout that left foot. So distribute the weight nice and even with your left toes, with your left heel. We're gonna bring that right guy up. It's a hamstring curl. The roof's coming off. 4, that's right. 3, 2, we're gonna own it up here, hold it. Find the step back, square off into your crescent lunge. Gorgeous. Let's load up that back leg for 8, 7, we're down and up. 6, yeah. 5, 4 more, 4 slow. 3, 2, hold the lunge right here, just a hinge at the hips. Let's get long, let's get strong. Warrior 3, boom, yes. Right hip's shining down, we're reaching. So then we're gonna work a little challenge in the balance. Bring all the fingertips to the back wall. Arms are long and straight. Sweep them to the front. 7, yeah, sweep them back. 6 and 5. If this isn't enough of a balance challenge, 4, close your eyes while you're doing it. 3, for 2, bring it up. 1, chair pose, drop the seat. 5, 4, 3, 2, stand tall, figure 4. Shake it out a little bit. Very nice. And we'll bring that left foot. We're gonna cross it on the lower part of the right. Work deep into the seat. So press yourself back. Palms come to the heart center. Upper body's gonna stay nice and tall. Maybe you're gonna stay right here. Maybe you're gonna just work into stretching out through that glute, stretching out through that hip. Maybe you're taking a twist. So breathe in, we're reversing the twist. Maybe you're working the edge of that elbow into your heel or into the crook of that left foot. Maybe you're bringing your left hand around the foot and you're reaching your right arm to the sky.
Ooh,
nice.
taking you out.
Well, remember, take it slow. So go really slow, because the slower you go, the better your balance is going to be. Yeah, and we'll roll open through that right rib cage. That's real nice. We're going to come back up into the figure 4. So keep that leg crossed. Bring your hands to your hips. Drop back into the seat. Enjoy the stretch. Yeah. Let's stay right here. Flex those left toes. 5. Hands are going to stay on the hips. And you're going to stand up a little bit on the right to bring that left leg over the right for your eagle in the lower body. So if you need some help now, we've been doing a lot of single leg balance work. You might want to support yourself on the ball of that foot, right? That left foot that's coming to the outside of your right, or you can wrap it behind. So it depends on how fatigued you are, right? That really is what it's all about. If you're fatigued, why would you force yourself into a pose where your body's saying, you've wrung me out already, give me some help. Like, give me a lifeline, throw me a raft, for crying out loud. So we're gonna even out those hips. So Mare, drop that foot. Yeah, give yourself the gift of drop in. Nice. We're gonna bring the forearms together here. Yeah, she's got her core on nice and strong. Upper body, we're gonna move it right here for 8, 7, yeah, 6, 5, fingertips through the sky, 4, 3, 2, upper body only is in chair, lower body finds chair pose. Let's stand tall and shake the legs out. Shake them out a little bit. Nice. Beautiful. So a perfect opportunity for mountain pose here, a perfect opportunity for us to take it down a little bit. So feet are as wide as your hips. And we're gonna bring your arms alongside of you with your palms facing out in front of you. We're gonna drop your shoulders and bring your shoulder blades together. We'll lift up through the thighs and then reach the arms back and let your chest open. Yeah, and let your chin drop a little bit with your eyes closed, faces relaxed. There's electricity running through the fingertips. So this is a really nice time to open up through the little muscles in your hands, to stretch through the little muscles in your hands. We use our hands so much all day long, and very seldom do we really give them the love of stretching through. And then let your left palm drop down to the side of your hip, pushing it into the floor. Bring your right fingertips above your left ear. Breathe in as you exhale. Guide over. Nice little neck stretch here. So we're bringing that left shoulder away. No, you were right. I'm just pushing it down. Bring that left shoulder away from your wrist right now. And we're pulling a little bit, just as, it's a nice active resistance. So you got some body weight going on here, driving that right ear towards your shoulder. And then we'll come on up and we'll switch sides. So go ahead and press that right palm. Bring your left fingertips here. Yeah, find a little pull. So again, it's just to feel good, right? We're pushing down, we're bringing it away, Ah, feels nice. And then we'll come back center. And we're gonna reach your right arm up to the sky. And then we're gonna reach your left hand back to catch your right foot. So opposite hand to foot. And we're gonna stay here. So we have our dristi. You're looking at one thing that's not moving. Yeah, just stay right here. We're just gonna get long, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna move that right leg back away from the left leg. So you can see both legs from the side. We're just kicking back. So we get a deeper stretch through the front of that quad. That's all we're doing. So we're just getting tall, we're reaching up, we're getting long, we're breathing. There's energy. We're getting a nice stretch through that left shoulder. And then touch the ceiling with your right fingertips. Find an inhale. And as you exhale, let your right middle finger just come halfway down the wall. We're gonna hinge at the hips. Yeah, we're gonna find the reach. We're gonna keep the kick back. We are in twisted dancers. Ah, beautiful stretch here. And if it's available, you're gonna lower your right hand down to your block or to the floor. So if you can touch the floor and you can go that deep, if you're that open in your hamstrings or you have longer limbs. So people with longer limbs have a huge advantage to just touch the floor, and it looks like they've been doing yoga for 1,000 years. That's always been like, what? Are you kidding me? But that's a kind of cool DNA thing that you get to have. It's a gift. Anyway, wherever you are right now, I want you to make sure that you are feeling good inside of this quad stretch, this opportunity to be in your bound, in your twisted dancers. So we're gonna do a little bit more core. Without lifting your torso, all I want you to do is reach your right arm out, halfway up the wall, halfway up. Once you get there, now find the energy. Kick back, yeah, lift the chest, breathe through it, that's it. 5, make it active. 4, 3, for 2, hang on to the foot and stand tall. Let your right middle finger come up to the sky. Hang on to that foot. Yeah, reset your dristi right here. So reset that eye gaze. So your dristi is that one place that you're looking at. You're looking at something that's not moving. It's going to help you with your balance. And your Ujjayi breathing, that's going to connect with the balance too. So get those two guys in line if you can. We're going to bring your right hand back to catch the inside of your right foot. Let your left arm find the sky. Let's stay here and just bring that right leg away from the left again. Yeah, find the reach. Let's just hold it. We're extending up. So we have full, deep, long breaths. Let's inhale. As you exhale, we're gonna come just halfway down the wall again with that left middle finger. We're gonna lift up through that back leg. We're gonna kick back through that foot. Yeah, so we're active in the stretch here. The resistance, we're breathing it for 5, 4, for 3. Left fingertips are gonna find your block, or you're gonna come down to the floor, and we're gonna roll open through that right rib cage. Phenomenal. We're staying light on the left because we're keeping it in the core. We're kicking that foot back and breathing into the shoulder. And you know your own body, so your active resistance is your active resistance. Don't start making it go crazy because of how I get so excited about the pose. If it feels like you need to back off, then certainly back off for yourself without lifting your torso, unless you're all the way down by the floor. So if you're all the way down on the floor, you will lift your torso. But if you're right about here, let your left arm reach out first. Yeah, now start to activate it. Yeah, now start to kick it. Now start to breathe it for 5, awesome. Toes are coming up, top of the foot's kicking back, 4, 3. We're gonna hang on to the foot as an added balance challenge. Left arm finds the sky. And release it all, shake it out, shake it out. Let's find a forward fold where your feet are as wide as your hips. We're gonna slide your hands under your feet, and we're gonna walk your toes, if it's available, we're gonna walk your toes up to your wrists. So we're gonna find, this tanning stuff is hilarious. I mean, it's just cracking me up. Like, the closer I get to it, the more I'm like, wow. Wow, Tracy. Just want it to be brown. Okay, so let's lengthen through your back as if I'm like on the beach. Breathe in, and as you exhale, bend and fold. So we're working, think about this, we're working the arm strength to create the length. So I'm not really warm enough to go deep into that stretch, but You should be very warm, hopefully. You guys at home should be very warm at this point. Marilee's very warm. So she can really work the pose deep in. And on the exhales, we're searching, a little search party, sending it out. What can you find? So remember, every part of breathing through the pose has a purpose, every single part of it. Unless you need to take a rest where you would just find ragdoll and grab your elbows here, you're working into the depths of the pose. Yeah, and so once you've created this much, see if you can stay here and then find something else, right? Yeah, so once you've created it, don't bring yourself in and out of it. If it's available, create something. Oh, I'm here. Now I can find, oh, I'm a little bit here. Oh, I'm a little bit more here. Yeah, see how she slid her hands further underneath? Because now she knows that she can go deeper into the pose. Excellent. So we're going to breathe into this for another 10 seconds. Another 5 good seconds. Release the hands out. Step back into your high plank position. So here's a nice opportunity just for a stretch that we were doing when we were in the standing position. We're going to bring your right knee under your hip. So just right under your hip where it feels comfortable. Right wrist is under the shoulder. We're going to kick your right foot out onto the floor behind you. Turn your left foot sideways. Reach your left arm high. Yes, nice. Stretch your left arm overhead. So as we're warm, this one feels good. Lift your left leg up. Reach your left toes out. Bend that left knee, catch that left foot, open it up. So I want you to use the ball of that right foot. We're kicked out to the side. I want you to use it because then you can go deeper into the stretch. You can kick stronger. Whereas if you're trying to make it a balance challenge, we've done enough of that in class tonight where the top of the foot is there and then you're kind of all over the place. So give yourself the stability to go into that stretch. We're gently going to bring that left knee under your left hip. We're going to square off the hips to the floor, and then we'll thread your left arm under your right. Let yourself drop into that left shoulder. Right arm is going wherever you want it. It can be over your head to the upper left corner of your mat. You can bring it outside of your opposite hip and use it to press and open through that right shoulder. Yeah, you can find it on your low back. So it's yours, right? So you can do whatever you want with it. It's your body, so bring it where it's feeling good. And then go ahead and press yourself up into your high plank. Nice. So we're tucked up in a high plank position, and we're going to take the right foot off the floor slightly. And it's just going to be 4 little touches out to the right, 4 little taps. For 4, tap it down. So we're going to do a 4 count. So it's going to be 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll bring it back for 4, little touch, 3, 2, hold it off the floor. Let's do it again, same side. 4, little touch, 3, little touch, 2. As far as your hip will let it go, we're going to bring it back for 4, 3, we're not dropping any body weight into it. For 2, let's do it again. We have 2 more. Let's take it out for 4, little touch, 3, 2, yes. Let's bring it back for 4, 3, 2, don't drop the foot. One more time. Let's take it out. 4, yes, 3, 2, little touch. Let's bring it back. 4, 3, 2, drop the foot. Excellent. Left knee is under the hip. Left foot comes out. We're on the ball of that foot. Right guy turns sideways. Right arm finds the sky. We're breathing. 5. Awesome. 4, 3. Yes. Reach that arm overhead. Let's lift that back leg up. Reach through the toes. 5, 4. We're inside the right ribs. 3, 2. Bend that knee and catch that foot. Look down at your left fingertips. Start to kick it away. Use the ball of that back foot so that left foot is we're pushing off the edge of it as the leverage to get inside the front of that right thigh. For 5, For 3, that should feel good here, yeah? Is it feeling good?
Yeah.
For 2, and then we'll bring that right knee under. We're gonna square off, come up onto the toes, thread your right arm under your left, drop into your right ear. Where was your right arm? Bring it, balance it, breathe into it. And then slowly make your way to your high plank. Turn everything on, triceps are on, tuck in the pelvis, chest away from the floor, squeeze in the thighs, left foot lifts just a little bit. It's a 4 count, here we go for 4, 3, 2. Take a little pause, don't drop the body weight down, let's bring it back, it's light. 4, yeah, 3, put it in here. 2, don't drop the foot, square off the hips. Breathe in as you exhale, let's take it out. 4, yeah, 3, maybe it gets a little further on every one. 2, little touch, we're coming back. 4, 3, 2, flex those toes in, square it, drive the chest away, breathe in as you exhale, here we go. 4, little touch, 3, yes, 2, nice, let's bring it back. 4, 3, 2, square the hips, we're driving the chest away, breathe it in as you exhale, here we go. 4, 3, 2, it's a little touch, we're coming back. 4, 3, 2, drop that foot, child's pose, take a seat back, the whole upper body's going to the left side, find a long stretch, reach it over, relax it down. Let's come over to the right side, find that long reach, extend it out, create the length, feel it. So we're about to bring this one home. Let's come into downward facing dog. So we'll find a straight leg kick up and then a little step forward till we walk the feet with straight leg kicks, till we walk the feet all the way up to your wrists. Yeah, just a nice little movement because the hips are nice and warm, just that extra stretch to get yourself all the way up to the front of your mat with your feet as wide as your hips. We're gonna hang forward and we're gonna roll up real slow. Nice, and then go ahead and stretch that right arm up to the sky. Nope, switch the arms, sorry. Left arm up to the sky, right hand catches that left foot. So opposite hand to foot, right hand has the left. Right hand has the left guy? Yeah, it's okay, I'm off with you.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're just gonna find a reach here, we're gonna find a kick back, we're separating the legs so that you can feel the stretch through the quads as I'm kind of bouncing through the parts of Marilee so I can see you guys out there.
Oh.
We're finding the kick. No, you stay where you are. Let's breathe in. As you exhale, we're gonna go halfway down the wall in front of you. Yeah, find the hinge, find the reach, and the lift. We're twisting up the dancers, breathing in it. Where can you relax? Maybe nowhere. Maybe you can relax through your eyes or relax through your face. And then we're gonna take that into the bound, go ahead and find your block or find the floor, roll it open, and then maybe close your eyes here and breathe into the bound. So the bound connection is really, it's a nice place where you can kind of set your focus into one particular place. So maybe that's in the right shoulder right now, or maybe that's in your right glute right now where you're pushing back, and maybe the left leg kind of wants to chill out for a moment, or maybe you're staying active everywhere and that feels good too. So we're gonna bring your left middle finger halfway up the wall first before you lift your torso. Now lift everything. Yeah, now bring the energy into the pose. 5, yes, 4, 3, we're gonna hang on to the foot as we come up tall with the left middle finger to the sky. Take a moment here to get back into your dristi. We're just gonna switch the arms. So the right arm comes high, the left hand catches the big toe side of your left foot. We'll square those hips. Let's breathe in. I'm pulling you up out of your right wrist. As you exhale, someone else is in front of you pulling you out to the front wall. Someone else is taking that ankle and pulling it to the ceiling, but someone else is gonna take that foot to the back wall. So we're real active here, and that's gonna throw you off balance. So that's a beautiful challenge. Yeah, for 5, reach it and feel it. 4, 3, work it and own it. We're in the dancers. Let's get bound here. Find your block. So bring your block as high as you need it. to support yourself. So if you want to take it up nice and high, yeah, here's the time where we're going to roll open and get into it. For a 5, we're super light on the block, so don't let your body weight drop down, because I want you to keep that inside the core strength. Why wouldn't you get that extra core work? For 3, reach the right middle finger halfway up the wall. So reach the arm out first. Now bring the energy into the pose. Yeah, once you feel stable, you're kicking it. 5, awesome. 4, breathe. Hang on to the foot as we stand tall. Bring your right middle finger to the sky. Square the hips. For 2, release that foot. Bring the hands to the heart center. Bend the knees, sweep the floor. Breathe in, come on up. On the exhale, forward fold. Dive it in, halfway lift. Find your high plank. Chaturanga, we're gonna lower down. Up dog is gonna feel so good. Reach it up, breathe it in. Downward facing dog on the exhale. Let's go ahead and float your feet to or through your hands. We're gonna take a seat into the floor. Nice work. So let's lie all the way back into the floor. Go ahead and give yourself just a moment to melt into the floor. Just a moment to let go. We're just gonna relax for a moment. Before we go into any more lengthening and moving, just let go. Let your heart rate come back. Hopefully you were working hard enough that your heart rate was coming up and your heat was building. And then we're gonna bring ourselves into, the lower body's gonna come into butterfly. I call this one a squished butterfly, but he's not dead, so don't be upset about it. Bring the soles of your feet together, bring them up high. Yeah, it's not a dead butterfly, he's just kind of getting into a squishy position. Yeah, you're gonna wrap your feet around and you're gonna let your knees come out, and then you're gonna bring your feet over your face, so your low spine comes right up off the floor. Yeah, let your knees still come out to the side though. Oh. Yeah, and pull your feet in towards your face. Doesn't that feel good? Yeah. Yeah, where you're driving your thighs out, we're going inside of your adductors, and we're just, while we're here, we're pulling down with your arm strength. Yeah, and we're getting your feet closer to your face. So on the exhales, we're closer to your forehead. Yeah, we're working into the warmth, right? So now we're really pliable. You know, we have the opportunity to go deeper into it. So bend those elbows, keep working it. Maybe at some point your toes come in and touch your forehead. For 5, yeah. Let the knees keep coming out. 4, that's it. Keep pulling back. 3, for 2. We'll lower down through the low spine. And then we'll bring the legs up to the sky. And then we'll give yourself the opportunity to come into, I was gonna come into, no, I don't wanna do that one directly after. You know what, just hug the knees into the chest for a moment. Just give yourself a little hug. Trying to think if I love plow pose right now. So let's come into shoulder stand. Go ahead, we'll bring the legs up to the sky. That's the one I was trying to think of. Do I want to come into that? So as we come up into shoulder stand, we're bringing our elbows in towards each other. So we're kind of whittling your shoulder blades together. Yeah. And if you are doing yoga with somebody, you'll have them lift you up. So when I lift Marilee up, she can get her elbows closer in towards each other, yeah. And then you can really kind of stabilize it here. And your chin is staying neutral and relaxed in shoulder stand. And we're just gonna breathe here. So you can close your eyes and you can reach up through your toes. And then plow pose, if it's available for you. If it's not, stay right where you are. We're gonna bring our legs straight overhead. So both toes together. Yeah, both toes are gonna touch the floor behind you. And you'll keep your feet together. Yeah, so Marilee's, her body doesn't love it, but that's okay. See if you can keep your feet together. Yeah, so that's beautiful, and you can just stay right there. Okay. If you have your feet in the floor, so one foot would push off the floor, you're real close to it, and the other leg will go straight up to the sky. So keep one leg out. Yeah, and point through the toes. Nice. And then alternate that. So just work through Yeah, the hips. One at a time. Beautiful. And then there's a pose that's called deaf man's pose, which is interesting. So you're gonna bend the knees and let your knees come outside of your ears.
Oh, deaf.
Yeah, deaf. Yeah, no, we're not killing anybody. Deaf man's pose, where your knees might come all the way down and cover your ears. So you're just kind of breathing into wherever the pose takes you. There's no sad faces in yoga. And then one vertebrae at a time, we're gonna come down nice and slow. So you control coming down with your abdominals. Yeah, that's gorgeous. One vertebrae at a time, nice. And then go ahead and hug the knees up into the chest. We're gonna come into bridge pose, so we'll drop the heels by the glutes, we'll lift up through the hips. And then here you can whittle your shoulder blades together again and interlace your fingers and extend your knuckles out if that feels good. You can come all the way up into a full wheel, one hand outside of each ear, and you could come all the way up. Don't come into it if you don't like it, come into it if you do like it. Yeah, so if you're not wanting to come into a full back bend, if you are fully up into a wheel pose, then you can do single leg balance right now. You can do single arm balance where one hand comes to the opposite foot if you like, or the same rib cage, same hand if you're coming up into wheel. If you're coming into wheel, you're advanced in your yoga and you already know what that pose is. No, I mean, don't force it if it doesn't feel good. I'm not warm enough to pop up into it.
I could try it and just show.
Yeah, well, remember, you're not pushing off your head. It's really important to know you have to have upper body arm strength, yeah, to bring yourself all the way up. If you don't have that, please don't use your head to come up. So you'll stay as long as you like. What's important is coming down very slowly, again, vertebrae by vertebrae. Excellent, yeah. So go ahead and hug your right knee up into your chest and straighten your left leg. And then let's find a spinal twist. So we'll bring that knee over to the side. Yep, we'll drop the ear to the shoulder. Beautiful. And we'll switch sides. Go ahead and take it over to the other side. Very nice. And then we'll bring that back center. Let's find happy baby. Catch the feet. Drive the thighs outside of the ribs. So on this one, the difference between our squish butterfly going all the way up and lifting your low spine is that the ankles are stacked on the knees and then we start to pull. So you'll see the ankle and the knee on top of each other, and then we're pulling the thighs outside of the rib cage. So let your thighs come way out as far as they want to go. Yeah, and just give yourself a pull down. Lovely. And then we're gonna just let it go. I think it's time to chill out and relax, whatever that looks like for you. Here's butterfly pose. If you wanted to go back into your hips, you can straighten your legs and get real relaxed through your pelvis. You can bring your blocks in where we started and slide a block underneath of you if you like to relax on a block as you come in. This is your time now for your Shavasana. So whatever is the most comfortable. If you're chilly, maybe you can throw a blanket on yourself. If you feel like your neck is uncomfortable in your Shavasana, then go ahead and have a little pillow available for yourself. You can slide a pillow under your head. What I want you to do is let your eyeballs roll back and relax through your face and release through your jaw, through your teeth. Let go of the weight in your head. So let the weight of your brain drop back into the floor right now. I know that kind of sounds a little bit crazy, but you can actually feel when you start to think about the sensations in your body and letting go. So you can turn your head in slow motion a little bit side to side, and then you'll find that it will rock itself into the heaviest place. So once you start to let it go, it'll find its place where it's completely relaxed, and you can feel the release of your cervical spine when that happens. And let's relax through the pelvis. So now, if it feels good, yeah, straighten your legs out and let your right leg come a little bit to the right side and your left leg a little bit to the left. And that allows your lumbar and your pelvis to get a little bit heavier into the floor. And with your eyes closed and your shoulder blades dropping into the floor. Yeah, and you're releasing through your elbows and your fingertips. We're going to slowly take this opportunity to come into a moment of self-love. So right now, find a big breath in, let your chest rise high, and on your deepest exhale, give yourself a compliment. Self-love. Give yourself a really beautiful statement that's all about you. It's only about who you are, how you show up. And then stay in that compliment right now. So listen to what you said, stay in it, and let it wash over you and feel so good. And then find a big breath in, and as you exhale, I want you to think of 3 things that you feel grateful for. 3 opportunities for gratitude. And then find that big breath in. Let your chest rise high. And as you exhale, take this opportunity right here, right now, to set an intention for how you will continue to nurture your inner peace from now until the time that you go to bed, until the time that you go to sleep tonight. What will you do for yourself to continue to nurture your inner peace? You guys are beautiful and strong. Thank you so much for being here with me tonight. Work in your practice. Namaste, my friends.